Hello friends, in this video tutorial we are going to learn how to import CSV file data into MySQL database in Codeigniter Framework by using Ajax with Jquery. After a very long time we are going to publish tutorial in Codeigniter Framework, and in this we have discussed simple topic like how to import CSV file using Codeigniter. But in Codeigniter Framework has not any library for import CSV data. But after searching on internet we have find one library CSV import for import CSV file data in Codeigniter, so we have used this library for import CSV file data in Codeigniter. We have already published tutorial on how to import CSV file data into MySQL by using simple PHP script, but now in Codeigniter there's something different coding style to do any task because it is ModelViewController Framework. Now we have start learning this topic. This our testing database, and in this we have one user table with 6 table column like id. First name, last name, phone, email and status. In this table we will import CSV file data into this table. First we want to make database connection Codeigniter Framework, so we have go to application folder, and in this we have config folder, and in this we have database.php page, and by entering host name set to localhost, username set to root, password set to blank and database name set to testing. After making database connection we have download CSV Import Library and put file into libraries folder. By putting this file into this folder we can load library into any controller. After this we have create CSV import.php file in controller, and in this we have write public function construct magic function. This function will execute this code every time with this controller has been called. Under this we have write parent statement with construct method. This will load constructor method of parent class. After this we have write $this with load a class object load with model method, and under this we have write CSV Import Model. This code will load this CSV Import Model when this controller has been called. Now we want to load CSV Import Library into this constructor method, so we have write $this with load a class object loaded with library method, and under this we have write CSV Import Library name. This will load CSV Import Library. Under this controller we have defined first function index. This is main function of this class when this class has been called, and it can load view file. Under this function we want to load view file, so we have write $this with load a class object load with view method, and under this method we have write CSV import. This method will load view file when this index function has been called. Now we have go to view folder, and in this we have already created CSV import.php file. This will product output HTML and display on browser. Under this file we have already included JavaScript library Jquery and Bootstrap library link into this page. We will use functionality of both library into this tutorial. For import CSV file, so first we want to create form for upload select file, so we have write form tag with attribute method is equal to post. It is equal to import CSV and encryption type is equal to multi-part form data. Under this form we have defined one input tag with attribute type is equal to file, name is equal to CSV file. It is equal to CSV file. Here we have write required attribute and accept is equal to .csv. Here selection of file is required for submit form and it is validated by this required attribute, and from this file we want to allow to select only CSV file, which we can validate by this accept attribute is equal to .csv. After define file tag, now we have write input type is equal to submit with attribute name is equal to import CSV and value is equal to import CSV. By clicking on this button we can import CSV file into MySQL table. Below this form we have write division tag with attribute it is equal to imported CSV data. Under this tag we will display data from user table. Now we have go to jQuery code, and under this first we have define LoadData function. This function will fetch data from user table and it will display under division tag with imported CSV data. Under this function we have define Ajax request for fetch data from user table. Under this we have write first option URL set to base URL function with CSV ImportController /LoadData method. Here we have send request to this CSV ImportController LoadData method. In second option we have write method. In this method we can define which we want to use for send data, so here we have write post method. Lastly we have write success callback function. This function will call if request completed successfully and it will receive data from server. Under this function we have write $with division tag it imported CSV data with HTML method, and under this method we have write data argument. It will display user table data under this division tag. Now we have go to CSV Import Model, which we have already created under Models folder, and under this we have write function select. This function will select data from user table. Under this function we have write $this with database class object db with order by method with two argument like id and descending order. After this we have write $query variable is equal to with database class object db with get method, and under this method we have write user table. This code will make simple select with order by id in descending order. Now we want to return output of this function, so we have write return statement with $query variable. Now we have go to CSV Import Controller, and under this controller we have already loaded CSV Import Model, so now we have write LoadData function. Under this function we have write $result variable is equal to $this with CSV Import Model with select method. After this we have defined $output variable is equal to HTML code like imported user details from CSV file with table with column like serial number, first name, last name, phone and email address. Below this we have defined $count variable is equal to 0. We will use this variable value to display value of serial number. Now we have write if statement, and under condition we have write $result variable with num_rows variable value greater than 0. Here this num_rows method will return number of rows from query execution, and it will check if this number greater than 0, then it will execute if block, otherwise it will execute else block. Suppose it returns 0, then it will execute else block of code, and under this we have write $output variable, and in this we have append table HTML code with message like data not available. But suppose it return number which is greater than 0, then it will execute a block of code, and under this block we have write for each loop, and under condition we have write $result variable with result method as $row variable. Here result method will return array of query execution result which we can fetch one by this $row reference variable. Under this loop we have write $count variable is equal to $count variable plus 1. This code will increase this variable value by 1 on every interval. Below this we have write $output variable, and in this we have append HTML code like open and close table row tag, and between this we have defined table data tag, and between this we have write $count variable. After this we have write table data tag, and between this we have write $row first name variable. It will display first name data from user table. Same way we have write table data tag, and between this we have write $row last name variable. It will display last name data from user table. Below this we have write table data tag, and between this we have write $row phone variable. It will display phone data from user table. Lastly we have write table data tag, and between this we have write $row email variable. It will display email data from user table. Now we want to close table tag, so we have write $output variable, and in this we have append HTML code like close table tag. Lastly we want to send value of this $output variable to Ajax request, so we have write echo statement with $output variable, and it will display this data on web page. Now we have go to CSV Import.php view file, and here we have called LoadData function. So when page has been loaded into browser, then this function will called and it will display user data on web page. Now we have check output in browser. Friends, in browser we have write base URL localhost/tutorial/codeigniter/CSV Import Controller and press enter. After load into browser we can see one file tag with submit button, and below this we can see table for imported user details but no data available. Now we want to import CSV file data. So we have go to CSV Import.php view file, and here we have go to jQuery code, and here we have write $with format import CSV with on method with submit event. So when we have click on import button, then this code will execute. Under this function we have first write event.prevent default method. This will prevent the form for submit when we'll click on submit button. By writing this method, form will not be directly submitted to server. After this we have defined Ajax method, and in this first argument is URL set to base URL function with CSV import controller /import method. Here we have to send the request to this method. Then after we have set second argument method set to post. Here we have set post method for sending request to the server. After this we want to define which data you want send to server, so for this we have write data with new form data with this argument. This will send form data will send to server in key and value pairs. Here it will send only input file element data will be sent to the server. Then after we have write content type set to false. Here we have set the content type used when sending data to the server. After this we have write cache argument set to false. It will not cached request pages on browser. Then after we have set process data set to false, when we have send DOM document or non-processed data file, so it is set to false. Lastly we have write success callback function. This one function will be called if request succeeds. And this function will receive data from server and store into this data argument function. Under this first we have write $ with format import CSV with 0 index with reset method. This method will reset all form fields value. And after this we want to display updated user data under division tag imported CSV data. So we have called LoadData function. This function will fetch latest data from user table and display under imported CSV data division tag. Now we have go to CSV Import Controller and create function import. We have send Ajax request to this function and it will import selected CSV file data into MySQL table. Under this function we have write $file data variable is equal to $this with CSV Import Library with getArray method, and under this method we have write CSV file path get from $files CSV file temporary name. Here we have already loaded CSV Import Library into constructor method, so we do not want to load into this function, and this getArray method will parse CSV file and return result as an array which we have stored into $file data variable. Now we want to fetch data from $file data variable, so we have write for each loop, and under condition we have write $file data variable as $row variable. Under this loop we have write $data variable in array, and in array key we have write first name value get from $row first name variable, last name key value get from $row last name variable, phone key value get from $row phone variable, and email key value get from $row email variable. Here we have fetch array data from $file data variable and rearrange array data and store into $data variable in array format. Now we want to insert this data into MySQL table. So here we have write $this with CSV Import Model with insert method with $data argument. This insert method will insert data into MySQL table. Now we have go to CSV Import Model, and here we have define one function insert with $data argument. In this function we will use Codeigniter insert batch method for insert bulk data in one query execution. So under this function we have write $this with database class object db with insert batch method with 2 argument. In first argument we have write table name user table, and in second argument we have write $data object. This code will insert multiple data in single query execution. So now our code is ready, so we have saved this code and check output in browser. Friends, we have already seen page with simple form with file tag and import submit button, and below we can see imported CSV file data which fetch from user table. But currently in user table has no data, so it display nothing in table. First we have directly click on Import CSV button, then we can see validation message like this field is required. That means our required HTML5 validation is working. So now we have select file from file tag. After click on file tag in folder we can only CSV file. We cannot see other extension file. This for we have put except attribute is equal .csv file, so it display only CSV file from our local computer at the time of file selection. So we have select data.csv file, in which we have already inserted user data in delimited file format, and click on import button. After clicking on import button we have received message like import done success message without refresh of web page. So in this video we have discussed how to import CSV file data into MySQL database in Codeigniter Framework, because by using this feature we can insert bulk data into database in small amount of time, because if we have insert data manually then it takes more time. So by using this feature we can save our time to insert large amount of data. So if you have used Codeigniter Framework for developing your web application, and in this if you want to import CSV file feature, then you can use this code for implement this feature in your web application. If you have any query regarding this video tutorial part, please comment your query in comment box, and if you like this video tutorial, please share with your friends, or even you can also share on social media also. If you want to get more update regarding our video tutorial, please subscribe our YouTube channel for get more update regarding release of future video. Lastly, keep watching our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching this video tutorial.